it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Presented by Schottenstein Roofing. For top quality and a price match guarantee, visit SchottensteinRoofing.com.
All right, here we go on our Thursday episode. So good to be back in the saddle with this guy. I'm Timmy Hall, by the way. The Bode Man is back. He was doing Man and Bone yesterday for a Wednesday TED. He's always out on Wednesdays. My friend and yours, though, to my right, Tyvis Powell, everybody.
Oh, Timmy.
Oh, Tyvis.
Guy comes back from Pebble Beach with just smiles on his face. You must have shot really well.
I didn't shoot that well, but I had a great time.
That's
I had a
nice.
great time. Broke 90, so that was great. I've been a better player in the last couple years, having a couple of issues, but it's not about that. It's not about that.
Oh, yeah.
Pebble Beach, let me tell you, it was just so many nerves running through my body about the golf game, but just trying to enjoy every single one of those holes that was right on the Pacific Ocean. And it could not have been a more perfect day. I mean, it was Pacific blue, baby, as far as you could see. The bay, the ocean, unbelievable. The mountains in the background, oh, so beautiful.
I'm happy for you.
Thank
Joe.
you.
I really am. I'm
I would've-
glad you got to check that off your bucket list.
I would have brought you some gifts if everything there wasn't at least $100. I mean, it was a struggle just to get my metallic ball markers. I have to figure out how I distribute them amongst my friends here because other courses I would go to, they might have like a little dish there where they have multicolored. I'm collecting the metallic ball marks.
Okay.
And I wanted to, I even said this on yesterday's show. I've still meaning to text Dane Sonsenbacher, but I know he's listening now because we had him on the program last week. I played golf with him a couple weeks ago, and I commented on how much I liked his ball mark and that I collect those because his was a pure white with an NFL shield on it
Oh, that's nice.
that said Central Ohio Chapter NFL alumni. And I was like, how cool is that? I mean, it's not a one of one, but there ain't many of those ball marks. There
Yeah.
can't be many of those specific ball marks out there. And he just gave it to me. He was like, you like it? Here, take it. I was like, that's so nice. That's so cool.
What a guy.
So I used that during my round at Pebble Beach. And I took a beautiful photo where you could see the Pacific and his ball mark in the same shot. And so that was great. But the ones in the pro shop, $35 for 4 teeny tiny metallic ball marks.
You said,
Woo!
no way.
Well, I got one. I got one box.
Oh, one box.
So I only got 4 of those to last.
And you
So
gotta,
we'll see.
And you got to give them out to your closest friends.
I do. I got to pick the golf guys, go back through like the list, bullet points of who's done what for me, all that. Yeah. And then make the decision on who gets them. But we got a fantastic show. We got a huge show. I mentioned this, that at 6:48, I got a little payback for the morning guys. Tyvis, I'll play the clip for you because I didn't catch it live. I was told about it, went back. I'll have the audio of what they did to me on Morning Juice. They basically had some fun with some old audio of mine.
Okay.
So the same will be done to one Brandon Beam, to the Beamer, who probably does get a ball mark, but we'll also do this to him to pay it back. Now, Tyvis, something's been going on here since I was away. This little thing that's going on between you and our Wednesday DeVier about who still has it the most. And we've had some trash talk that's been brewing. I was brought up to speed about this. Now, apparently, DeVier thinks that he can, win a battle one-on-one against you. You think that you can lock him up. I gotta tell you, I heard that you were lamenting to Bone about how, man, I was out there trying to work out a little bit, and I don't know if I have it anymore.
Yeah.
So it surprised me to hear that you think you can lock down DeVier.
Oh, yeah.
When you're talking about, I'm eating too much bread and I'm putting on too many pounds.
like I told them back then when I said those things. When it comes to DeVier, the one thing is it's all technique for me, and it's 90% of football is confidence. Okay, so if I go out there confidently, I know I'm going to win that that matchup against DeVier, because the thing is DeVier hasn't really seen nothing like me before. That's the problem. Like he's had success in the CFL. Let me clarify what I'm saying. He had a lot of success in the CFL, where he was very successful, ended up winning the Grey Cup and doing all of these wonderful things. But I also was in the NFL, where I did 4 years, the top of the top, the cream of the crop, where I played corner and safety and nickel. So with that being said, I'm not necessarily worried about DeVier.
Can you feel the tension in the air right now? I know I can.
Oh, I can feel it down in my plums. Yes, I can.
It's not no tension. It's just it's fact.
Well,
it's it's reality.
What he said about you yesterday, just to bring you up to speed, was that you were on a national championship team, yes, but he was the guy on his team.
That's cute.
That's how that went.
That's cute. See, that's the thing, though.
Yeah.
He's talking about college stuff. I'm not. We talking about post-college. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not talking about college. Like, well, okay, college. Okay, he was a great wide receiver for Ohio State.
Yeah.
I was a good safety here. I'm going to play him at corner, which I didn't do until I got to the NFL, where I was so good at safety that they said, you know what? Let's transition you to corner, because that's what we think you're better at.
You talked about your confidence. He seems pretty confident too.
I know.
How do I know?
It's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute of him.
You keep saying cute. I feel like you're saying cute in a bad way.
That's very cute that he thinks that. It really is to me.
I love it.
I can, but it's one of those things.
Why would you win? You got to give me something more than the confidence.
Why would I win? Because
you're talking about your technique.
My technique is flawless. It's flawless.
You got your Seattle lockstep.
Is that what you're using? He's not going to outrun
Pete Carroll technique.
It depends on how many reps we're doing. How many reps? Are we doing just one rep?
How many do you want to do to get a good
doesn't
picture?
Matter. It doesn't matter to me. I could go as.
Would you want to go? Would you want to go one and done? Now, how would you determine if he catches the ball? That's that.
Sure.
A catch is a win.
Yes.
Even if he breaks the route off at 5 yards.
Yep.
You can play press coverage and just
Listen,
it.
If DeVier want to go one rep, that's fine. If he want to go 100 reps, that's cool. I'm ready for all of it. It doesn't matter to me.
How are we going to do this? Just cleats?
Because the thing,
no pads, right?
No, we're not doing no pads.
We're going to be before a charity softball game.
No,
I think we could fill Huntington Park. We're talking about, I think, lowering the ticket price this year so we can fill that place up a little bit more for this event, because the softball event alone has been a good, fun event.
Oh, it is.
When we did the current Buckeyes versus the former Buckeyes, and if you're just catching us, we're building up this the Tyvis versus DeVier battle, hopefully for 2024, and we're completely putting them on the spot. Yes, we're absolutely doing that. That's just how we do. And later in July, like we've done for the past several years. We've been out as a show 3 years running now, and we've had a good time.
Yeah.
It pisses Matt Andrews off, but we have a really good time. I don't know why. What inning is it right now? They're just going. What are they doing in between innings here? They got all these contests. Who got it? They switched. Why isn't Bobby playing?
It is a lot.
Bobby's on the roster here. Where's he?
It's a lot
of stuff
to follow.
changes.
It's a lot to follow at times.
You just gotta have to do your best. You gotta wing it with that. But it's been a good event. But I think if we get you guys out there before the game, we could darn near fill the stadium to see this epic battle play out. There's nothing better than seeing a nice sports radio beef come to a head, and then we get our answer. We find out. We play it out.
Tim, have you ever seen a lion attack a gazelle?
Oh, God.
That's what you about to see. Like, that's literally what it is. It's like
the legs feed the wolf.
It's literally like a rock roller versus a chihuahua. Like, why are we doing this? What are we really talking about here?
Oh, man. I think it's fantastic. DeVier's quick guy. How you going to account for his speed? Him getting out of the break.
Are you serious?
Are you just sort of, are you more like a anticipation? Are you going to be anticipating?
No, I'm going to play
what the move is?
No, I'm going to play him straight up. I ain't going to play no anticipation. I'm going to be straight up with him. I'm going to do my technique. I'm going to step, kick, lockout. We going to run.
Step, kick, lockout.
Step, kick,
there it
lockout.
is.
Do what I got to do.
There it is.
Let him run his route. Be right there. Shadow it. The ball comes. Knock it down. There it is.
So it was So all that talk to Bone about how, you can't do it anymore. You don't feel like you're in the best shape. That was just talk. It's not really that.
See, I like the
You're bouncing back quickly.
Well, we got 2 months to do it. We got 2 months to get in shape.
Oh, you're gonna have to go into a hard workout regiment to get up for this.
See, for not necessarily a hard one. I just got to get back into the groove of things. DeVier is not worth me. Getting into a hard one like that's redundant. That's ridiculous. Why would I do that? Like I said, I keep the cleats in the car anytime. If DeVier pulled up today and wanted to do it right now, I got the cleats in the car. So
what about Cardale though?
What about him?
Why did Cardale instantly side with DeVier? Well, is that just because of your relationship, or is that true and honest? Is Cardale your son, or is it the other way around?
No, the thing about Cardale, what people got to realize is that he hasn't his brain hasn't fully developed yet. So he just, of course, he just blurts things out. He's one of those guys that talks before he thinks. So I think the problem is that him and he's mad at me because I was supposed to play basketball with him a couple of days ago, and I was watching the Cavs game and didn't go. So anytime
I too would watch the Cavs over a pickup game.
The Cavs win the other night, Tyvis?
No, they lost.
Oh, okay.
They lost pretty bad.
Thanks for the update, Bodie.
Just asking.
Anyways.
Go Celtics.
Anyway, so I had to. So he's upset about that. And anyway, anytime he feel like he could get one over on me. And the question is he quarterbacking? Because if he's quarterbacking, then we could. To me, that's like a victory. Like to me, it's already a wrap. I don't even need to take the rep. I know that I'm gonna win it.
If he's quarterbacking,
I might intercept the ball.
What if I'm the quarterback?
He's got a better chance. DeVier's got a better chance for sure. Cardale quarterbacking, that's the thing. Go ask Cardale. Anytime he's ever tried me, that's what y'all should have asked him when he was talking his trash. You should have been like, the times that you went at Tyvis.
Cardale,
interception.
Cardale, if you're out there listening tonight, I think you should just give us a call. We should just have this out. Have this out on the air. Figure out what was said. Put it behind us. It's the best way to do things, right? I've found through being married and through having relationships throughout all my days, it's better just to talk. Not to keep it bottled up and inside. It's better just to get it out there. Then you can take a deep breath.
It's funny that these bunch of coulda-beens really think that they go do something with me. It's hilarious.
They're not even a has-been or never was. They were coulda-beens.
A bunch of coulda-beens.
Oh, man. It's gonna be a fun day out there.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
That's what you have here tonight. It's what you've earned here tonight. All right, some of this might continue. I can't promise that it won't fester. But did you see that this Buckeye football team way, way, way up there on many of the post-spring top 25 polls? That's not surprising, but how high up? We will break it down next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
We're the highest rated sports radio station in America. There's no joke there. We just are. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Did the pandemic eliminate quality customer service? Well, many places it did, but not here at Heartland Bank. Imagine getting top quality service and good advice as well to help you down life's road. It's community banking, and it's alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team.
The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call The Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Flexible, secure, fun. Oh, and great pay, too. Are you not sure what you want to do for a career? Or are you thinking of changing careers? Being a dental hygienist or dental assistant may be the perfect fit for you and provides all of these perks, plus more. Talk with a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org to learn more. Become a valuable member of the dental team and start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Expect scattered showers to continue for this evening and overnight with a low of 55. An isolated rumble of thunder couldn't be ruled out as well. And for Friday, we're ending the week with some scattered showers and cooler temperatures. High of only 63, a 30% chance of some scattered showers. And for your Saturday, the first half of the weekend pretty much looks the same. High of 64 with a chance of showers and storms. I'm meteorologist Rob Ellis with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Brace yourselves for more Buckeye banter. This is the Buckeye Show.
Timmy and Tyvis here on a Thursday. Beers and Buckeyes tonight with our friend Patrick Murphy. That's coming up a little bit later here at 6:33. Some off-season topics, and we'll see where that goes with this Buckeye football team. But right now, Tyvis hadn't really taken a peek at these top 25 polls because I've got thoughts about them, especially when it comes to Buckeye football. It's not like Buckeye basketball right now where you're still trying to build and you're trying to get back up to that spot where you can pounce. And so it has been nice to see Ohio State basketball getting some love from some of the people that cover this game on a broader spectrum and the national level to see that they've managed this offseason well enough to actually move up in some people's top 25 polls.
Yeah.
Buckeye football, there's an expectation.
Yeah.
It's a different level. And we talk about this a lot, though, but do you have feelings about how the Buckeyes continue to be put way, way up there every single year? Yet we're going on 10 years without winning the big one since, as we know, you played for them.
That's unbelievable. No, I just think that what it is that's the standard. Everybody is so used to Ohio State being up there. And I think with the new CFP, there's no reason why they won't be, at least in it. In the past couple of years, maybe they've been handicapped because they lost the last game and they couldn't go to the Big Ten championship, so therefore they couldn't make the CFP. Now that it's 12 teams in the CFP, they should be in it every year. And I think 2 years ago, CJ's last season kind of tells you that, yeah, even though they didn't beat the team up north and they didn't get a chance to go to the Big Ten championship, they still were one of the best because they're a field goal away from beating a Georgia team who went on and won it all.
But what happened before that, though?
What do you mean?
They lost to those guys.
Yeah, but I'm saying that was...
And they still lost to Georgia.
What I'm saying is
we keep saying how close they were to beating Georgia.
Yeah.
But they didn't get the job done.
They didn't.
And there were several other opportunities.
That field goal
there was, but again, we can talk about the field goal, but there were also several opportunities where they didn't have to let it come down to that last second field goal.
The defense get let up in the second half completely because they were winning that game.
Yes, and I get that Marvin unfairly got knocked out of that game, but there was still a chance to not let it get to that.
What I'm saying is, due to the fact that they played so well in that game, is why still to this day they're still held to
they're
a higher
thought
rank.
of.
Exactly. Because talent-wise, they're already there. They just got to put it together and win the last game of the season. That's where they got to start at.
I get that.
But when you do preseason, you look at the overall roster. And if you look at this overall roster, it's hard to say that they're not one of the best teams in college football.
I agree. And that's where I have a hard time with this, where it's not like Ohio State is not worthy of this. There's just a part of you that makes you incredibly nervous again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
I get that.
It's like you're being given your flowers before you have won the big game.
Mm-hmm.
But this is all talk. It's like what you texted me. Like, nobody wants to be paper champs, right?
Nobody's ever got anything from being a paper champs. They've been paper champs for the past couple of years. So
Urban did always say, though, if there's anything that they're keeping score at, you want to be number one. So even if somebody is just putting together a top whatever, top this, top that, it's better to be number one. But you got to be sure that you are number one when you actually play the football games. That's what this has to be in the end.
I've never been a fan of people getting the ratings, the ranking above teams that they haven't beat. So, I would never put them right now above the Wolverines because they haven't beat them in 3 years. And I would do it purposely in hopes that they see that I refuse to put them above the Wolverines to make them even more mad.
No matter what happened with their coaching staff or with their personnel?
No, they got to show me that they can beat them. Because
you know what? In a way, I respect that.
Because last year, they had some talent there.
Make it look ridiculous.
But the coach didn't matter because y'all lost to the interim. Y'all still got Donovan Edwards, who hit y'all for a big one 2 years ago. So
when Blake Corum was out.
Exactly.
Right?
So it's still they still got some key pieces there. So until you beat them, I can't see them being up under y'all right now.
Put Michigan, up there at 2 or 3 and have the Buckeyes at 4 or 5. Yeah, and again, it would feel ridiculous to do because you're supposed to erase everything that happened. Last year was last year, and then you reset and you move on. But
at the end,
how can you really think like that? Everything is a lazy river. It's a time continuum. Time continues, right? The past comes into play, the present, and then what will be done in the future. And it's hard to. I agree with you, giving them that credit.
For me, for the past 3 years, when you look at roster versus roster, the Buckeyes have had the better roster. They've had the better coaching staff. They had the better roster. But
better players, better coaches.
Exactly.
But what's happened in the game?
So why would that change? Why would I look at it differently now?
Until they actually go and bust the door down.
My point. Yeah. Why would just because
it's like how I would think about the Browns every year of my life.
Yeah.
Why would I pick them to be good
until they do it?
Until they are good. That's
how it is.
Right? That's how I always think about them.
Yeah, that's what
I thought about that. I thought that way about the Bengals before they had Joe.
Yeah.
Because they were losing in the playoffs every single year. They went. Would they go 5 years in a row?
Who?
In the Bengals with Marvin.
Did they lose 5 years in a row?
Absolutely. They didn't win.
Dang.
They were going, but they weren't winning.
First round exit.
Some say it's even worse. If you're gonna suck, just suck. Don't go to the playoffs and lose in the first round every single time. It's just heartbreaking.
We just got to learn how to win the big one again. We just got to learn how to win big-time games. And you thought last year that they figured that out when we went to Notre Dame and Kyle McCord had that great moment that Bodie hates, and I'm glad that it happened since he's bragging about the Celtics. At least my football team is more successful than yours.
You see, he made a gesture, and he was smart to not crack open the microphone so the camera wasn't activated back there. It's a veteran move, buddy.
Tom McCord threw it right to DJ Brown. He just dropped it, unfortunately.
By the way, so scanning some of these real quick to give you an example of what's going on with these post-spring top 25s. Let's go to CBS first and foremost. They're a big entity. Dennis Dodd doing this one. Georgia's number one. Mm-hmm. And again, I got no problem with that. I don't care how good Ohio State's offseason was, everybody that came back. Georgia has been that team on the block more so than Ohio State. They've had the head-to-head. We know what happened. They've won a couple titles. The Buckeyes have not since 2014. Georgia 1, Buckeyes 2, Oregon 3. Fixing to be one epic matchup out there when they take the trip to Eugene. Texas 4, Alabama 5. Ole Miss 6 and Mizzou 7, and Notre Dame number 8. Now, the ones that kind of stuck out to me, The Athletic, and you have a former OSU beat writer there in Ari Wasserman that's part of these rankings too, and he's got the Buckeyes ranked number 1 ahead of Georgia. So there's some history there where this guy's covered Ohio State for a long time. Mm-hmm. So he is maybe looking at it through a little bit of a different lens, and he said Ohio State won the offseason, but that doesn't matter in Columbus. Yes, we agree. Beating Michigan, winning the Big Ten, and playing for the national championship does. ESPN had Georgia 1 and Ohio State 2. And Joel Klatt, who covers Ohio State a ton, right, for Fox, he also had Ohio State over Georgia. So it's like the guys that have more of the connection to Ohio State, more inclined to put the Buckeyes ahead. Yeah, I'm with you. I am not going to put Ohio State as the preseason number 1.
You got to take your biases out of it sometimes. You just gotta call it what it is right now. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter where they're ranked right now. Like I say, it only matters when you get to November. That's when things get very serious. And the Buckeyes, if they don't come out, they play Akron the first game, it should be a dominant performance. Like that's what you want to see. And that was the thing that we kept asking for last year. We wanted to see this team just put together a completely dominant performance on both sides of the ball. And I don't know if we actually, I'm trying to think if we ever got a game where they was just completely dominant from the first quarter to the fourth. Do you know one?
Yeah.
Like Youngstown State. Was we dominant in that game?
The Western Kentucky game was like... That one over first quarter? It was, and I know it's Western Kentucky.
And we were talking about how Western Kentucky, they can sling it, right? Yeah. Look at that offense.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so that's the one. Okay.
Other than that, though, honestly,
hey, great job though, beating Western Kentucky.
Michigan State, maybe was that one kind of?
They've been sucking lately.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I'm not,
but it doesn't matter that. You got to go out there and just leave no doubt. Like it's when people watch it, turn the tape on, they like, that's the best team. Can't nobody do anything with them.
All right, the man likes the Buckeyes and he likes beer, so that's what we discussed with Pat Murphy of Bucknuts, but do we have to discuss if Pat's a traitor or not? That's next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Have you heard? Skyline now has nachos with a layer of queso blanco under that amazing Skyline chili and cheese. Try them straight up or get the deluxe nachos with lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and sour cream at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time.
There are a number of reasons why people replace windows in their home. To enhance the beauty, to decrease maintenance, and of course to improve energy efficiency. At Rosati Windows, we've built our reputation on manufacturing the most energy-efficient window you could buy. From our high-tech equipment, to the people that build our windows, to the quality of our installation, we do a lot of things different just to make that happen.
To find out just how affordable Rosati Windows can be, call 777-4806.
Grab life by the chicken fingers and savor the day with hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret cane sauce that makes everything that much better.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Hollywood Lights. Set sail with excitement at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Saturday, May 25th, you could be the lucky winner of a 7-day, all-expenses-paid Caribbean cruise for 2. Not a sailor? No problem. Opt for $15,000 in cold hard cash instead. Play your favorite slots and table games throughout May to earn entries. More details at HollywoodColumbus.com. Remember, your adventure awaits at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
The Fan is your home for NBA playoff action. Catch every game of the conference finals and NBA finals on The Fan and ESPN Columbus. How does one listen to such magical things? On the Fan app, silly. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. Do it.
Ohio Mulch Landscape Supply.
Hi, this is Ron Frost with Ohio Mulch, and here's to Ohio Mulch celebrating 40 years of making the community a greener and more beautiful place, one garden at a time. Don't miss out on the opportunities to elevate your outdoor space and to be part of a journey towards the next 40 successful years. Check out our promotions online at ohiomulch.com.
Ohio Mulch Landscape Supply. Greener, greener, better.
There's a little slice of heaven in a country road's escape. Pure perfection in the form of uncrowded nature. Over 1.5 million acres of parks and public lands. From mountain biking to stargazing. Churning white water to quiet trout streams far off the grid. Almost heaven is down to earth in West Virginia. Plan your getaway now at wvtourism.com.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Bike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at Upstart.com today. That's Upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved.
And now we're on our way with COTA, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, COTA moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit COTA.com/transit app to learn more.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource. Proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Drink up, Slappy. It's time for Beers and Buckeyes with Patrick Murphy.
Oh, I love catching up with Pat. Missed him last week when I was out on the trip. He's on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. What's up, Pat? What were we doing this morning, buddy?
What were we doing this morning? Is that chance?
I know what you were doing this morning. I know where you were, you son of a bee.
Well, look, I have to balance my friendship with you and my alliance to the Buckeye Show with the need to help Beam. That's yours, Brandon Beam.
He needs help, doesn't he?
Get up in them. Well, he just, he's got a kid now. He's been doing this morning show for so long. There's just so few people that are willing to tolerate getting up that early to chat with him.
Talk with him, yeah.
So I try and appease him when I can. But look, I don't have a weekly date or intro the same way I do with this pod. This show. This show means something.
You have Irish music. You have the sound of a beer pouring out. Like, Pat, we did that for you. Did the checks get lost? What happened?
Well, from my understanding, it requires I just say yes anytime someone from the fan texts me and asks if I'll come on their show. So that's what I try and do.
Here is the best part, Pat, is that I'm perusing because I follow your stuff, because I'm a good friend. I read your things, and I'm in the CBS. It's one of the places I visit on a daily basis. I'll check some of the different Buckeye blogs, and I'll check yours. And I see the Tyvis look. Like, you see the headline here? It says, listen, and it's got the little colon there. Murphy discusses what the Buckeyes are up to. Best unit on Ohio State. more. And it says our team writer Patrick Murphy was on The Fan discussing the Buckeyes by Patrick Murphy. I love it.
Yeah.
You wrote the own piece on your own hit. It's beautiful. It's great.
Well, look, it's to promote you guys and the work that you are doing so people know that we're on the show and they can come back and then hopefully they listen to the Buckeye show or the Morning Juice more often.
Patrick, you know you're my guy. Now, I didn't hear you hit on this, but what do you think is the area on this football team when they left spring football? It's got you still the most concerned.
That's probably up in the air between two spots, and I think they're pretty apparent if you followed along the spring. I think offensive line and quarterback, to me, are still the two big ones. Like everywhere else, even if there's still a few questions, there's a returning starter that you feel good about or things like that. Obviously, there's returning starters on the offensive line, but we went through the whole season last year kind of questioning the offensive line, and there haven't been a ton of changes other than Seth McLaughlin coming in from Alabama. I do think that towards the end of spring, it sounded like the Buckeyes had found kind of, they've leaned on Josh Fry at right tackle. They like what he has brought in the work ethic this spring. And then we saw in the spring game, Carson Hinsman, Luke Montgomery, Tegra Shabola, all kind of working at that right guard spot. And I thought they all looked all right. So maybe there's some more answers there than there are at quarterback. So just because there's no starter at quarterback, I guess I'd say quarterback, though I do trust that whoever gets the job will do a solid job.
Pat, who's the bigger threat to the Buckeyes this year? Do you think it's Oregon, or do you think it will be the Wolverines, even though they lost a lot of talent?
I think that it is Oregon if we're talking purely based on a talent, what they could do to the Buckeyes if and when they meet. Or I guess they do meet for sure October 12th. But Michigan game, as you know, and as every Buckeye fan has been reminded the last 3 years, it doesn't always come down to the most talented team winning the game. I think you could argue a couple of these losses in the last three, maybe Ohio State went in favored because they had more talent. Michigan found a way to win it. Props to them. So I think, looking at it now, I'd project Ohio State as the favorite at home against Michigan and maybe the underdog out at Oregon. But just that game and the momentum Michigan has in that series, I think you're always going to be a little nervous about it.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel, the big pickup, one of the top guys on the transfer portal market. So they get the big-time quarterback out there. And look, we're all going to be on pins and needles waiting to see what the quarterback play looks like from Ohio State. Everything else that we talk about, the offensive line, the different position groups you noted, it's going to be that quarterback room. And if it's Will Howard, what is this guy ultimately going to bring this team?
Yeah, and I think, too, as we had these similar conversations last offseason, I would fall back on, Ryan Day hasn't missed on a quarterback yet. And, look, I don't want to say he missed on Kyle McCord. I think Kyle McCord had what most quarterbacks across the country would consider a pretty good season. It just wasn't what Ohio State had brought year after year. So do you still believe that Ryan Day can, not make mistakes when it comes to quarterbacks? I think that just is a little bit more up in the air right now, just because you're coming off of a season where there wasn't elite quarterback play from a guy that Ryan Day handpicked as a recruit over J.J. McCarthy, who obviously won a national title, and then, went on to pick as a starter. So I think there's talent. I'm not concerned about it, but I can certainly understand fans being less confident right now until they see it again from Ryan Day and these quarterbacks.
Looking at speaking of these quarterbacks, do you think Julian Sang gets a look this year, like a serious look this year?
I think it probably depends on how other things go. If, let's just say Will Howard goes out week one and is the starter and is just playing really well. I mean, you've got a handful of games there before the conference really ramps up, where I think you will see different quarterbacks. But if he's playing well, I don't know if you need to switch things up. I would get Julian Sayin into some games when the score is so lopsided that you feel comfortable doing that. I mean, I think Devin Brown needs to get in. But look, the kid has incredible talent. I keep hearing people compare it to maybe the Trevor Lawrence freshman season when he didn't start the season as a starter but worked his way into it. I think Ohio State has significantly more depth in that Clemson team at the position, so I'm not sure if it works out that way. But look, if you need to make a change, you can't hang around and wait for that this season with everything that's kind of on the line for the Buckeyes.
All right, Patrick, it's time to tell us what you're sipping on this week. What's been good? What's been in the fridge? What have we been popping the tab on?
Yeah, we talked, I think it was last week when you were gone, about some Coronas as a nice, like, porch beer. Maybe that was 2 weeks ago. I don't remember. But I've had quite a few of those in the fridge. And then it's been PBR, Bud Light, nice light beer since it's been warm out recently. I haven't gone to the grocery store in a while for beer, so I don't have anything crazy, but kept it simple thus far to begin what is almost the summer here.
Yeah, I was a bad boy and I wasn't, remembering what exactly I was drinking when I was out in California. I know I didn't have anything Lagunitas. That's one of the California breweries, right, Pat? That's popular, that gets shipped back here to the Midwest and all across the country. But there was, I want to say, it had 805, which is the one area code in the name, like a Firestone 805, something like that, like an amber lager. And these were on tap. I'm always, I think you're with me, when you're traveling, when you're in a pub or something, you want to get something that's on draft if you can, unless you're out on the golf course and it's got to be in a can or something like that. But that was so fun, just eating at some of the restaurants at the Pebble Beach Lodge and just having a nice tall 20-ounce draft beer.
You didn't have a summer shandy?
I didn't have a summer shandy when I was out there, no. I was trying to drink local stuff.
Bad job out of you, Tim.
Oh, I've had summer shandies at York already this year. You better believe it, man. Every time.
When we were in Spain and England, I made sure everywhere went like, hey, what's your favorite local draft beer? And I don't remember hardly any of them, but I did try quite a few different ones while we were over there, and some wine, which is not normally my thing.
Yeah, very good.
Both of y'all should have got lemonade.
You just got to do it. Whenever you're traveling, you just got to try to fit right in and soak in the experience. Pat, it's always a good time, man. We'll talk next week.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
There he goes, Patrick Murphy from Bucknuts 24/7 Sports, and he's on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Doing good over there?
Yeah.
All right.
Why wouldn't I be?
I don't know, just making sure that this text thread wasn't going completely off the rails.
Oh no, we're done.
Is it done?
Yeah.
We were having some texting. We had a one Jeff Tito Thidoff trying to stir the pot, bringing everybody in to a text thread with this Tyvis versus DeVier thing. So
I'm glad.
Thanks for that, Tito.
I'm glad we hyping this up. Yeah. I told DeVier his demise will be televised.
the demise will be televised. So it is out there. We'll have to wait a little bit for the response for the other side. Well, as I mentioned already, I heard that our buddies in the morning were having some fun at my expense today. So the perfect thing to do is not to get mad, but to get even. So we'll do that next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State athletics, The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Since 1897, the Byers Auto family of dealerships has been serving Central Ohio's transportation needs. When we first opened our doors, our vehicles were fueled by oats and hay, required saddles, not seatbelts, and had shoes instead of tires. Over 120 years later, Byers Auto is still family-owned and operated. Our goal is to provide the best selection, price, and service in Central Ohio. And it's all on one website, buyersauto.com.
Come see why it's better to buy from Byers.
Byers Auto is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways.
Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy.
Join in as little as 5 seconds.
Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives.
It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
If you're obsessed with fantasy sports and gambling things, we have the slightly above average radio show for you. On the Money with Diebler and Scotty Vegas.
Presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Sunday morning at 9 on The Fan.
Tired of waiting for your auto service to be completed at the dealership? Hi, this is Justin Hinderer with the Hinderer Motor Company. Let our experienced factory-trained technicians come to you in our mobile service truck. 90% of all repairs can be done at your home or office. Brakes, recalls, maintenance, it can all be done on your terms when you need us with our mobile service truck. Go to HindererMotorCompany.com and schedule mobile service today. That's HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Hi, this is Bob McElligott for Schottenstein Roofing. You know, even the best hockey player needs checked up on once in a while, just to make sure they're operating at peak efficiency. Well, the same is true with your roof. How did it make it through the winter? Find out with a free inspection from Schottenstein Roofing. And here's the best news. If something is wrong with your roof, Schottenstein Roofing works with insurance companies, and they have interest-free financing options. Give them a call at 614-321-8888 and find out what shape your roof is in. Schottenstein Roofing, a proud partner of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia. Often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Reggie was a nurse for 16 years.
I had become very burnt out. I wasn't making good money.
Then it happened.
There was an ad for My Computer Career, and it just spoke to me.
My Computer Career was the best decision he ever made.
I could study anywhere from my laptop, and I was working in the first couple weeks of me being in class.
Reggie hit a home run.
The field is teeming with jobs.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
The school is amazing.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The best sports talk in the Big Ten lives right here. Now back to the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Timmy and Tyvis, happy Thursday to all you fine Buckeye fans. Ladies' night, Thirsty Thursday. Best day of the week, Tyvis, because it's right before Friday, man.
No, Monday is the best day of the week.
Oh, you're a sick man. Oh, I like Monday. Start the week off.
Yeah, because if it starts good, it usually ends well.
It is. I've always said this. A Monday is a little bit different for people in our industry.
Exactly.
When we're doing sports talk and we're coming off of a healthy weekend where we have, especially during football season, Mondays do feel like,
well,
miniature Christmas.
You got to think
mornings, you know.
Usually Fridays is the dumps, so they just throw stuff out.
News dumps, yeah.
So Friday, some like after 5, the big stuff come out. Weekend stuff comes out.
Which Friday after 5 is good for us.
True.
Where we kind of turn into a weekend show almost for Friday nights.
So when you come back Monday, usually you're not scrambling to figure out what we need to talk about because the weekend has so many events that you get to freshly talk about it and speak your piece on it.
All right, I was very surprised to hear that an old clip of mine popped up on a show on our station today.
What did you do, Tim?
I've done a lot of things.
Clearly.
Right? I've done a lot of things. So much so where there's actually an entire folder in our audio system that has my name on it. And that mainly stemmed from the guys in the afternoon on Man and Bone, and they will have their fun with that, playing those little clips. It's me yelling, me getting my Kroger flu shot in the past, doing the ee-ow, and it's done. Things like that. But there was a couple of rare occurrences where I obliterated, and I mean that in a bad way, completely botched a SportsCenter update.
Really?
It happens, right?
No, it doesn't.
Do you think I'm good at them?
I would think you would be.
I'm asking you.
I ain't heard one.
You ain't heard one of my updates?
No.
Ever?
No.
Bodie.
You've
never heard one of my
just
updates?
talked about this.
Bro, company man there, Tyvis.
Stop it. Don't do that.
What do you think of what do you think of Bodie?
Bodie's a cheater because he pre-records his stuff. I like to see him. I like to see him do it in the fire.
He'll do it at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, I respect his 7 o'clock. Well, 6 o'clock, I don't.
On a thing called You'll See. Is it live? Is it recorded? Who's to say?
Who's to say? I mean, it's recorded live, even if it is, right? The man's getting ready to run the
live.
No.
He's getting ready to run
At
the
one
board.
point.
No, he needs to be. It's a different pressure when you hear that certain sound that you got to wrap it up. I seen Bodie actually.
You are right about that.
Bodie coughed one time. Actually, it was hilarious.
So let me set this up. Let me set the table. When I found out that one of my botched updates was being played and laughed at on the morning show, I had to know. Fish told me about this. Fish likes to stoke the fire, right? He wants this. He wants us. So we get a little thing going, like I would sometimes leave notes for Beamer here at this position because I know he'll be the next guy to actually host if there's not a specialty show after us on the weeknights. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I'll write him a little note. It'll say like something like maybe an F-bomb of some type on there, leaving him a little message for the morning at 5 o'clock. But he played this, and I guess it was Shark was talking about a nightmare that he would have where because he's the first guy in the morning, right?
Yes.
Like the station is running with him. First local guy, like he's the first local producer for morning radio. I did morning radio once, and you'd have to set 5 alarms at 3:30, 4 in the morning, whatever time you're going to get in for the 6 a.m. start to make sure you're there, and it all happens. Mm-hmm. And he had the terror flash or the nightmare of him racing into work, or he's actually said he was sitting at the microphone and the update bed started to play and he had nothing. He had no script. He hadn't looked anything up and he just had to go. And he's so relieved when he boom, like the alarm hit, he woke him and he's like, oh, good. It's 3:30. That was all a dream.
True company man that he's having dreams about the sports.
And Beamer said, oh, wait, Shark, that actually happened in real life. So I give you the clip from their morning show here today.
Anyway, I'm sure I've seen you ad-lib the updates before, and I'm only in here like 10 times a year. Have you heard Tim Hall ad-lib an update? Oh, when he was out of breath?
This is Sports Radio 97.1 FM, Sports Center.
Good evening, I'm Tim Hall, getting ready for some hockey tonight. You'll get the Columbus Blue Jackets just a couple games away from getting to 500. They will take on the New York Rangers today in New York. Yes, coming up here at 6:45. Your coverage on The Fan. Puck drop will be at 7 o'clock. That one will be an interesting game for sure. College football, Mac Brown getting ready to coach Texas in the Alamo Bowl against Oregon. He says his job situation has not changed. He also said he's still looking forward to meeting with President Bill Powers and Athletics Director Steve Patterson to the NFL. Good one tonight for Thursday Night Football. The Chargers are in Denver to take on the Broncos.
You want a breath? Do you need a second?
On NFL Network.
I'll just talk for a second.
I am completely out of breath.
What are you doing, running down the hall?
Running down the hall. Printer is out of paper. Can't get a soundbite in. All right. Absolute total train wreck.
Yes. I think we've all been there. That's not a dream. That's a nightmare. Tim was praying that was a dream.
Yeah. I'm actually glad that it happened. It's all part of the process. It's all part of it.
Who was that cut you off, Rothman?
That was Mike. That was Common Man. How about his voice, right?
Common Man?
Are you out of breath? He said, what, the processor or something with the microphones? It makes it sound so different. It was wild. But, do I got ammunition to throw back my old pal Beamer's way. So I start off with one of my favorite tosses to a break when Beam and I were hosting the Buckeye show. This is my friend Brandon Beam. Take it away, Beam.
Thank you very much, Timmy. Thank you, and happy birthday.
Thank you, man. Let's get it done tonight. That's all I want.
Absolutely. Get a win, CB. Thank you for everything. We give you next to Jody Shelley and Bob Miguel Inside Edge. Next up on The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus Worthington.
We get Nick, Bob Miguel, and Bob 971 on The Fan. It happens. It absolutely happens. And an all-time favorite. This is the Columbus Jackoffs.
You already know this, but a former Buckeye, Ryan Dzingel, was traded to the CBJ. What can we expect out of him tonight as the Jackets square off with the Flyers? You're listening to the Buckeye Show right here on The Fan.
Locally owned and operated.
Maybe the most Freudian slip that has ever happened. Ever. I mean, that you could call our hockey team that live on the air. It's unbelievable, right? And here was maybe the best network update. This was going out to the entire Ohio State Sports Network, mind you. This update, this was actually out there. Beam having a stroke live on the air.
Conference championship weekend in college football. Ohio State getting ready to take on the Wisconsin Badgers tonight. Excuse me. Had a little Paul Keels action right there. Badgers tonight from Lucas Oil Stadium. Ryan Day knows it's going to be a tough task.
Yeah, I thought they did a great job against us, especially in the first half.
Don't you put Paul Keels' name on that. Shame. Shame, Beamer.
Oh,
no.
My goodness. That was about when Bodie had that cough attack. It was something like that.
So that's how we play that game.
Yeah.
I do love that guy, though.
Dirty game.
I do love that guy, though. All right, not one, but two different SEC head coaches said something really stupid this week. We'll hit on that in the College Football Pulse. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Grab life by the chicken fingers and savor the day with hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret cane sauce that makes everything that much better.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Ohio Mulch Landscape Supply.
Hi, this is Ron Frost with Ohio Mulch, and here's to Ohio Mulch celebrating 40 years of making the community a greener and more beautiful place, one garden at a time. Don't miss out on the opportunities to elevate your outdoor space and to be part of a journey towards the next 40 successful years. Check out our promotions online at ohiomulch.com.
Ohio Mulch Landscape Supply. Cleaner, greener, better.
Save up to $150 on select sets of 4 Vredestein tires at AAA Car Care Plus. Not a member? Not a problem. Everyone can save up to $150 on Vredestein tires through May 31st at AAA Car Care Plus locations. See store for details.
And now we're on our way with COTA, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, COTA moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit COTA.com/transit app to learn more.
It's no fun to get blindsided. That's why you need to know what's coming in Ohio Medicaid.
Championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
Recent changes in Ohio Medicaid could impact you. If your information isn't up to date, you can lose your health insurance. Call the Ohio Department of Medicaid so you don't have to scramble to stay insured.
Call 800-324-8680. A public health message from CareSource.
That's what I call forward progress.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Pike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at Upstart.com today. That's Upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good evening. I'm Buddy Wells. In baseball, Arizona beat Cincinnati 5-4 earlier this afternoon as the Diamondbacks sweep the 3-game set. The Reds' losing streak now sits at 8 games. They begin a 10-game West Coast trip tomorrow night in San Francisco. As for the Guardians, they face the White Sox tonight for the first of 4 in Chicago. First pitch for tonight's game is later this hour at 7:40. Ben Lively gets the start for Cleveland. NBA playoffs tonight. The Cavs play Game 2 in Boston. The Celtics lead the series 1-9. They're about to get started right now at TD Garden. And then at 9:30, OKC will host Dallas with the Thunder up 1-0 in that series. Also in the NBA, the Suns have fired head coach Frank Vogel after just 1 season on the job. Phoenix went 49-33 this year, and they were swept in the first round of the postseason by Minnesota. ESPN reports that Mike Budenholzer will be a top candidate for that job. Stanley Cup playoffs tonight. The Rangers are at the Hurricanes at 7. New York leads the series 2-9. And then Colorado's at Dallas at 9:30. The Avalanche lead that series 1-9.
Time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. Need heating, cooling, plumbing, or electric? Call a carpenter.
All right, hour 2, Timmy and Tyvis. Happy Thursday, everybody. I want to remind you guys that we certainly do have our Buckeye Show voicemail up and running. How about this voicemail inbox, Tyvis?
Oh, yeah. We're getting some good ones.
You into this thing?
I am.
Pretty cool that we have that now, right?
Yes,
So anytime you get a thought, anytime you got anything to say, like we said, and you've already yelled enough at the dinner table or to the wife, she doesn't want to hear any of your takes anymore, you can just send them our way. Put this in your phone, 614-460-2896. 460-2896. Goes right to my desk, and I get an email when you leave a voicemail. Please do leave your name too. Give yourself a character name or whatever we can call you. So Bodeman, we got some idiots in college football here today?
Yes, we do, Timmy.
Good.
My favorite head coach in college football, of course, is Brian Kelly.
You mean my family?
He's born and raised in Massachusetts and developed a Southern accent.
Hey,
as soon as he got down in Baton Rouge.
You pick it up quick, Bodie.
Yeah.
Pick it up quick when you're down there.
Exactly. He said something pretty dumb this week. Pretty shocking, I know. We'll go ahead and have a listen to this one here. I'll play it right now.
Well, I think I made it pretty clear in a number of the press conferences that I had that we were in the market in recruiting in the transfer portal looking for defensive linemen. It hasn't fared very well, quite frankly, because, we're selling something a little bit differently, and that is we want to recruit. We want to engage, build relationships. We want to develop, retain, and have success. We're not in the market of buying players, and unfortunately, right now, that's what some guys are looking for. They want to be bought.
Yeah, unfortunately, right now, for the last 100+ years of college football and basically anything in life, people want to get paid. Kind of a crazy concept, I know.
You're telling me, Bodie, you don't take Brian Kelly at face value?
Yeah.
The LSU football experience, way down there.
It's all about the name on the front.
In the deep South, right?
Yeah.
That they're not looking for $100 handshakes or McDonald's bags stuffed with cash. It wasn't always done that way. They're not going to ever try to buy their players like all these other teams are going to have to do to compete.
Look, we can argue whether or not NIL is, playing out the way that NIL was kind of quote-unquote supposed to. It's probably not, right? But the fact of the matter is everybody's getting paid, and players are kind of being bought. It's kind of okay. It's probably not a perfect system the way it's set up right now, but the fact of the matter is that's just how it is. To suggest that it's not, allowed is wrong. I was listening to Bishop and Friends, I believe this was yesterday, And even Bo mentioned something about like, well, Brian, you're not at Notre Dame anymore. Notre Dame's buying players too. They bought Sam Hartman last year. They bought Riley Leonard this year. Like, everybody's doing it, and it's okay. I don't know if this is just something where they missed out on some guys in the portal, and this is Kelly's excuse or what.
Yeah,
but
he's
just
spinning,
this whole idea that
he's spinning.
He's making it sound like he's like Dabo Sweeney. Where
my gosh, hold on, Tyvis, you're right.
You're right.
We built this program on NIL. We built this program in God's name, image, and likeness.
They don't buy players at Clemson. They built their program in God's
thing.
NIL.
Like that, it's just what it is. He still seems like he's being resistant to the new day and age of stuff. And if you do that, you're going to get left behind. Now, luckily, they had a pretty decent season last year, but I don't know who the quarterback is, and I don't know who their receivers are.
Yeah, they lost the 3 players who all went in the first round, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the quarterback and both receivers.
Exactly. That was the biggest reason that they had the season they did.
If you want to have another season successfully, you got to replace some key positions. You're going to have to pay for it. It is what it is.
Hit me again with Dabo.
One more time. Let me get my dad
Forget about Brian Kelly. Hit me with Dabo.
We built this program on NIL. We built this program in God's name, image, and likeness.
Hey, it worked. Good for them. They won 2 national championships. The Lord was on with Clemson
we
those
built
nights.
This program on rock and roll. That's what we did.
And the Lord's name, image, and likeness.
Isn't there a rock at the top of that hill?
Oh, yeah, Howard's Rock.
Yeah, the Howard's Rock. They smack that rock. They head on down there to the stadium and kick some ass.
With Jesus right there with them. They got a 12th man out on the field.
Not like Notre Dame. They got a touchdown Jesus back there.
Maybe Marcus Freeman should build his program.
Who is Dabo talking about that? That's Notre Dame's back.
Yeah, no kidding.
You get off.
Get your own thing.
Yeah, you get your own thing, man. You're into buying players and buying wins, not Notre Dame's thing. Oh, man. What's next? Who's the next idiot?
Next up, we will stay in the SEC, go over to Auburn. Speaking of SEC coaches saying dumb things, we'll continue the theme. They're entering year 2 of the Hugh Freeze era down at Auburn. Another guy who's really done things the right way.
A great guy.
Hugh Freeze.
And also we'll talk about God when it's convenient for him. Being a great guy.
The same Hugh Freeze that was at Ole Miss?
Yes, that same Hugh Freeze.
Oh,
yep,
man.
that's him.
He's the guy that was into the 1-900 numbers with the company phone,
just
right?
Escorts.
Oh, what did he say?
God forbid a man have hobbies.
What did he do, Bodie?
So he was talking about paying players as well. And they're going to roll with quarterback Peyton Thorne again this season. Okay. That went really well for him last year. And Freeze spoke about that this week, saying, quote, I believe in our quarterback room and our quarterback's coach, Kent Austin. That's an SEC coach right there, if I've ever heard a name. I believe that if you have the right pieces around Peyton, that he can have success. We can have success. I think you saw some glimpses of that. And I don't think we had the total package around him last season. The options you're presented were this: develop Peyton, develop Holden, develop Hank, develop Walker. I'm guessing those are the 3 backups. Once again, some SEC quarterback names right there: Holden, Hank, and Walker.
No kidding, right?
Walker, Texas Ranger. Let's see where I lost my spot.
Hey,
okay, yeah.
Don't
So
sleep
we can
on Walker, Texas Ranger.
Develop those guys.
Chuck, man.
Or we can spend $1 million on this guy. This guy meaning somebody in the portal. I couldn't bring myself to do that because I wanted to put all the pieces together. He did add right after that. Now, I'm not saying I won't do that in time, but this year we're not going to do that.
Wait a minute. Peyton Thorne, the same one that was at Michigan State?
Oh, yeah, that Peyton Thorne.
Thorne.
Oh, cancel Christmas. Cancel Christmas. Stop it.
Yeah.
Listen, like I said, it is what it is. Like, and the thing is,
it's fine.
For Hugh Freeze, that's crazy to say that because this transfer portal, not the one after the season, it was so many quarterbacks that jumped in there that you could have easily upgraded at that. Now, it costs you a pretty penny to do so.
It cost $1 million probably,
But think about this. In college, you have to have that quarterback. That quarterback is going to be the difference maker. In college, in high school, NFL, it's always going to come down to, do you have a quarterback that can win you games?
The Buckeyes didn't spend $1 million on Will, did they?
I don't know what they spent. I mean, I do.
A mil
I do, but I don't know what they spent.
Doesn't a mil sound like a lot for Will Howard?
I mean, I bet it was close.
Like, it could be close, right? But I understand how that's. We've talked about this, Bodie. Like, you want to at least earn it, right? And you don't want to have to overpay for somebody. You won't have a problem getting to a certain number if it's fair market value, right? That's all we're talking about. Is getting away from like the Jamie Rashada type stuff where you're being asked to pay multi-millions on the top for someone that's never stepped foot on a college football field.
But to play devil's advocate a little bit, isn't what the price, basically what the market kind of demands? I mean,
I agree.
I don't think Riley
Prices
Leonard
seem high. Prices are high out there for all of us, but we have to pay him.
Yeah, I don't think Riley Leonard is $1 million quarterback, but I bet that's probably what he got at Notre Dame, give or take. And that's
the $750 range for some of these guys.
And
on top of
when
that,
you need a guy, and if you're Auburn,
Auburn needs it.
Exactly. Yeah.
They left. I mean, Bo Nix left and went to Oregon and became a first round quarterback. I mean, like you battling that now. You got quarterbacks looking like, well, if you had Bo Nix in your program and y'all wasn't that successful, so. He's got to figure that part out. But the thing is, Auburn is in a good spot because people will want to go to Auburn. They've done a decent job in recruiting there. They're going to have some talent there. You get the Iron Bowl every year that everybody's going to look at. So you're going to go up against the SEC. If you could thrive in the SEC, that's going to push you up in the draft. So it's a lot of pros of wanting to be there. But you they're going to want their money. The jig is up on the money.
I will say though, it's shocking that this fast, because the portal has become what it is, that some of these phenom programs don't have a recruit that's got a couple, 2-3 years under his belt that is ready to play, right? And be awesome, because they're still able to go into all the high schools in their region and beyond and get some of the top high school talent to come to their school. I mean, develop for a couple of years, then be ready to play. It's shocking that we're believing less in that now and looking towards that portal.
Yeah. The quarterback situation, I think, is a little different because you can sign however many 5 stars you want, and 90% of them are going to flame out. That's just kind of how the position goes.
It's like how anything goes, right? I mean, you're going to be better when you're going to be better when you have experience. It's just this is maybe the most eye-opening part of the change for me. Ohio State finally going with a transfer quarterback.
In today's football, you have to have a young guy that's developing right now. He might not be ready as a freshman, but year 2 or year 3, he has to be ready. Because I think if you're going to get a quarterback out the portal, I think you got to go like the Ohio State route. You get the one that's going to be there for 1 year. So you're going to pay him his money, get him off the books, and you got to be ready to – because you already got the one that you recruited. You got to make sure that guy is good enough so that you're not spending all the money at that quarterback position.
And we're not talking about Julian Sayin and Justin Fields being the same kind of transfers as a Will Howard, who is definitely a guy that's coming in here with 4 years of experience to play now, and it's 1 year and then he's gone. It's just this is a different thing. This is a new deal for a program like Ohio State. And you do eventually want to get back to – eventually, you're going to have to see a guy take the snap. We're going to see with Will Howard. We don't know how he's going to be. This is the first time he's ever been at Ohio State. He's got experience, but it's still going to be his first rodeo at Ohio State. You're still going to have to be comfortable watching a younger player possibly do it for the first time. And he'll take some lumps early on, but hopefully he'll turn out to be a superstar.
I think ultimately the whole thing, from what Hugh Freeze and Brian Kelly said, it's just like hard to believe these coaches are like, we're just not interested. Brian Kelly in particular saying, we're just not interested in buying players. Well, dude, you're going to go 6-6 every year if you're not. That's just how the game's played, man.
And it's going to be getting more and more towards just simply pay for play.
Exactly.
And not just this NIL. That's the way that's going to go. Good old Hugh Freeze there. That was good. Brian Kelly and then Hugh Freeze, who had this to say about all of his transgressions.
And he is the only one I've ever met that can handle my junk.
That's old JC, what he was talking about. Was the only one that can judge what he had done. All right, our friends from 10 TV. They got updates from Day and Deebs today. That's right. Going to hear from both of the top head coaches around the block-o. Find out what each is at or where each is at with their team in the offseason. And Deeb's bold claim. Coming up, it's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Whatever you're doing right now, just know that Bo Bishop is enjoying a sip of bourbon. Even if this promo is playing in the morning, no judgment.
Sweet morning drinking.
The Fan.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment, the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying implements. Now through October 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
Sometimes you just need a little time for you. Or better yet, you and a pizza. Like a delicious Donato's cauliflower crust pizza. A golden, crispy crust loaded with your choice of toppings. Or get any Donato's signature pizza on cauliflower crust. Like chicken spinach mozzarella. Create your perfect cauliflower crust escape today and get $3 off any order of $15 or more using promo code PIZZA. Order now at Donatos.com. Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Pike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at Upstart.com today. That's Upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
Are you hangry for Buckeye baseball? Matt Andrews brings you every Big Ten game on our family of fan networks. 1460 AM, the Fan's HD2, and the Fan app. Your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Hey, Mother's Day is around the corner. It's Bobby Carpenter. I want to make my mom feel special. I want to make my wife feel special. And I'm going to do that with the help of, you guessed it, Bob Evans. They help your family feel loved. They take the stress off of mom's plate with the Mother's Day brunch bundle. It's the hot cakes or the French toast, kiss with that fresh strawberry topping, or the Mother's Day breakfast bundle. It's that signature sausage and gravy you all love. Or just get the gift cards and make it easy for mom for dine-in or carry-out. Check them out at bobevans.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Expect scattered showers to continue for this evening and overnight with a low of 55. An isolated rumble of thunder couldn't be ruled out as well. And for Friday, we're ending the week with some scattered showers and cooler temperatures. High of only 63, a 30% chance of some scattered showers. And for your Saturday, the first half of the weekend pretty much looks the same. High of 64 with a chance of showers and storms. I'm meteorologist Rob Ellis with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Block O on the radio. This is the Buckeye Show.
Timmy and Tyvis on a nice little Thursday here. We are brought to you by our good friends at CareSource and by Schottenstein Roofing for top quality and a price match guarantee. Visit SchottensteinRoofing.com. Tyvis, I love your hoodie today. You've always got wonderful Nike apparel on. You know that, ma'am?
Thank you. I appreciate it. I've had this hoodie for, I would say, no exaggeration, 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 6 years.
6 years for folks. If you can get a look at it, if we get this clip on social media at some point, you'll see it. But It's just a beautiful, crisp red hoodie with a lot of teeny tiny white Nike swooshes over it. And I like the one that you wear. You've got the black hoodie that has, it looks like you're wearing Jordan sneakers tied up and like over your shoulders. Mm-hmm. That's a cool hoodie too.
Nice little Jordan. Got the ones in it.
Got the ones like around your neck. Yeah. I watched the movie Air on the flight back. For the second time. I had seen it once. I liked it so much.
I haven't seen that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You've got to watch that. You're like the biggest Jordan fan I know.
I know. I just listen.
It's a great movie. It's fantastic. If you're super into the Nike, to the Jordan shoes and everything, you've got to see it.
No, I'll definitely tune in for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's on streaming services.
It is. It's free on Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay, cool.
Right now.
Yeah.
You can go and watch it tonight. Yeah. Free of ads.
Yep. No, well, the Cavs on, so.
That's right. Yeah. What are we, wait, do we not have it on yet?
Yeah,
right
it's on a commercial.
Okay, it's on commercial.
We're down right now.
What score?
What was it, 11-5?
14-5.
14-5.
I know. Game just started at 7 o'clock. You got the Cavs and the Celtics. Is Jared Allen out, guys?
Yes.
He's definitely out.
Yep.
So game 2 at the TD Garden, Celtics, Bodeman's C's versus Tyvis's Cavs. Cavaliers trying to make sure they don't go to Cleveland down 2. All right, so we go to Day and Deebs. What's more interesting to you at this exact moment? You want to hear from Ryan Day from the Beard or from Coach Diebler?
Oh, let's hear from the Beard.
Let's hear from the Beard. This is what he liked from spring ball. Our friends at 10 TV gave this to us. There was a little Buckeyes Care shoot out at the shoe today, and so they got a chance to catch up with things about their team.
Well, first off, everybody stayed healthy. That was the first thing. It's going to be a long season next year. But it was good to see some guys get some reps in front of a great crowd. And we had over 80,000 people here. It was on national TV. So great to see some young guys get out there. Some good tackling going on. See how some guys graded out.
All right. We started pretty generic there, Tyvis. Mm-hmm. Health, right? Mm-hmm. Stay healthy.
Great answer. Great answer.
Right? Yeah. We could do this, right? Oh, it's good look at the team there. You get a sweat built up there and just want to stay healthy.
Yep.
Right? Want to get good reps in and stay healthy. What about the quarterback battle?
Well, we're further along than we were when we started. It was good to get a bunch of these guys reps. It'll continue throughout the summer. I think the good news is we have depth there. All 5 guys, decided to stay as this portal window opened, which is great for us because we know it's going to take all of them to win the whole thing.
Tell me what real Ryan Day is thinking. What Ryan Day's not going to tell the masses at this point after he saw everything that he saw. What's he really thinking in the middle of May about that quarterback battle?
Well, he's probably thinking to himself, wow, we got 5 guys that actually stayed. I just knew for sure we was going to lose 2. But luckily we got 5. That's good because injuries are a part of the game. And right now I'm not really 100% sold on which one I want to go with right now. Everybody in the spring had their ups and downs. We want Will Howard to get the job right now, but Devin is fighting too hard. And then this guy, Julian Sang, is really starting to take off. So it's going to be very difficult. Right now, I can't make an answer right now because I got these 3 guys in front of me right now that I'm looking at that could potentially be the starter.
He's not saying, holy crap, I don't have a guy that's clearly separating.
Nope, he ain't saying.
Again, for the second straight year, I don't have a guy. He's not thinking to himself and losing sleep at night over that fact.
I don't think
it's really a calm that I got a couple good ones to pick from. It's not, I can't believe one of these guys doesn't look brilliant right now.
Not right now. Now, when training camp comes around, after about week 1 of training camp, if it ain't happening, then he's like, my gosh, here we go again.
No! Here's him saying, this is Ryan Day. We added the right guys in the portal this time around.
Yeah, excited. We just had another transfer portal window here that's come and gone and feel really good about how we came out of there. Overall, I really like our roster, and I think we've added the right pieces because, as you know, you don't just walk into this program and think you're going to just step out in the field. You have to earn the respect of the guys that are around you, and the 6 guys that came in at mid-year, they were able to go through the offseason program with Coach Mick and the guys and earn the respect of the locker room.
Yeah, here lately, it's not like they've seen a ton of guys depart. There hasn't really been a single player of true significance. You can say Jihad Carter was a top-line backup, fixing to be. And Dallin Hayden was going to be a third stringer at best with what Quinshon Judkins is going to bring and Travion Henderson being healthy. Dallin was maybe the guy with the biggest name power because of what we saw, but clearly there was something that they didn't entirely love with him because he always showed some good stuff, but They redshirted him. They just didn't want to unleash him.
Yeah, I think it was one of those situations where I know that what we seen in games, as far as him getting the ball as a running back, carrying the rock, he was good at. But I think it was the extra stuff that you got to do at the running back. If the running back position was just about running the football, he could be the best. He's up there with everybody. But I think they asked their running backs to do so much, catch the ball out the backfield, block, do those things. And I don't think he was necessarily great at those things. And I know that he spent the last year with taking his red shirt. He was taking that year to get better at being a better pass blocker, picking up blitzes, and catching the ball out the backfield. Maybe when the spring came around, maybe he didn't take off like they had hoped that he would. And then, you get a new running backs coach coming in there. That's something that's different. You got to try to win him over, and then maybe a guy like James People, a freshman, started to emerge, and that's when that started to happen. So he just probably thought to himself, you know what, I'm getting lost in this shuffle. Let me just go ahead and get out of here.
Tyvis, let's switch sports to men's basketball. What have you thought about everything that had been done in this last week now, especially when you bring in a 5-star recruit who had played 1 year at Duke to, mix in with a Kentucky transfer here and Sean Stewart?
Well, it's exciting to get guys that went to blue blood programs, and if they were good enough to be recruited there, that means that they're pretty good basketball players. I think that, the guy from Duke, the one that can jump out the gym, the one that's hired that can jump higher
too.
Than Zion
6'8",
Williamson.
6'9".
Yeah, I think that's exciting because that makes me want to tune in. A guy that you could throw up a lob to and he can dunk. A guy that's just very athletic, that can make plays. I think that's something that you didn't necessarily have on your team. You don't have a guy that's a big. Actually, we haven't had a guy since
Slam Thompson.
Slam Thompson
Who could jump like that.
Exactly.
I mean, Bryce could get up. I don't want to say we've had nothing. Bryce could get up. Malachi could get up. EJ could get up, but Sam was different. Yeah. The way he could just absolutely jump out the gym. They could just run lob plays for him.
Exactly.
They had nifty setups. Thad had nifty out-of-bounds plays to get him to the rim.
Yeah, he did. So that makes it more exciting. That makes more people tune in. Then you got a guy who's 7'1". We haven't had a true 7-footer in quite some time. But a lot of people are mad about Felix. But this guy offensively is better than Felix. And he didn't play a ton of minutes. And I think just because him being 7'1", if he puts his arms up, that's going to mess up a lot of shots off of that alone.
It is. He's got to be committed to defense, though.
He's got to be better. He's got to be better defensively, and he's got to hit those rebounds if he's going to be the big man out there. And I think he can do that.
Deebs is excited about it.
Really excited. Really excited. I love the guys we brought in out of the portal. Excited about the 2 freshmen we have coming in. And then, the guys returning. I think this roster fits the way we want to play with more tempo, more aggressiveness on both sides of the ball. So really excited.
See, I love that about him. From the start, they want to run. They want to get the ball and just go. Here's another one.
I think the athleticism and the versatility that we have in the front court is different than what we've had in the past, and I'm really excited about that. It's going to allow us to play with more pace, and it's going to allow us to do some different things defensively.
And look, I was maybe a year ahead on what my prediction was for Bruce. He was really good. He was just a click short of great.
Yeah.
And this is what Jake sees from him coming up in his junior year.
Bruce's leadership, and certainly he's a talented player, and he's established himself, in my opinion, as one of the best guards, not only in the Big Ten, but this next season. I think he'll show he's one of the best guards in the country.
Well, this time around, it's got to be true where Bruce is a first-team All-Big Ten.
Yeah, I think you got...
This time it's got to happen.
I think when you look at the backcourt, you got 2 guys that's playmakers, but they're like opposites. You got Michi, who's more aggressive with the ball in his hand. You got Bruce that's looking to get everybody involved. So I think that those 2 guys will work well with each other, but I like the fact that if you're going to have a small backcourt, the rest of your lineup is big, so you go get 6'9", 7'1", and maybe a 6'7" guy at the small 4. So I like that for defense.
I know, Tyvis, you're fond of this guy. We mentioned one of the great Buckeyes of all time in Jack Nicklaus on a previous show here. And coming up in a couple weeks, a more famous former Buckeye will be honored in an interesting place. That's next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
The only show where sports talk is eclipsed by food talk. Common Man and T-Bone.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan.
We go to war for you.
This is attorney Robert Scherger. Have you been hurt in a truck accident? Don't settle without speaking to me. Call us at Sugar Shannara Trial Attorneys, where we go to war for you. Results matter, and we're here to help you fight for justice. Call 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com. That's 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com.
War for you, warforyou.com.
Save big money and transform your home with new appliances now at Menards. We offer the lowest prices and the largest in-stock appliance selection. Ready to take home today. Check out top appliance brands, including KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, Amana, and Criterion. Upgrade your home and save big money on new appliances at Menards. Shop our entire selection of appliance options online today at menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, it's Anthony here for the Good Feet store. You know, we do a segment on the show every week called Pressure, but that's about sports. What about the pressure your feet endure every day? I know mine did. When I went to the Good Feet store, I learned I was out of line. I joked, I already know that. They said, no, physically, my feet weren't being supported the right way. So when I went to the store on Polaris Parkway, they also have one on Stringtown Road, I took all the time I needed to walk around the store to see what felt and fit the best in my shoes. Once I had them in, my personal arch supports from the Good Feet store, my lower back pain went away. What a feeling. You need to get your free personalized fitting by one of their arch support specialists. For arch supports to be effective, they require a precision fit. That's why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store. You like them? You can wear them home. You have nothing to lose but the pain. So go to goodfeet.com today or go in and try the Good Feet feeling. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief, all from the Good Feet store.
Morning Juice.
I'm focusing on what's in front of me. I'm not even looking forward down the road who's on the other side. Because you know why? It doesn't matter.
I don't have to focus on anything.
Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Affinity Whole Health.
Weekday mornings at 6. The Fan.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia. Often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Hello, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletic Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donatos, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource. Proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The show where we pay people extra to host with Timmy Hall. This is the Buckeye Show.
Yeah. Enjoy that money, Tyvis.
I appreciate it, Timmy.
You're welcome, buddy. You're welcome. We're getting this feud going between our DB, Tyvis pal. He's just a safety in DeVier's eye. DeVier Posey, stud route runner, crispy. Yep. Fast, good hands.
As he would say, I was just a guy, he was the guy. So good for him.
That's right.
Good for him.
You're commenting on DeVier's CFL career. Mm-hmm. He's commenting on your bouncing around all these different teams in the NFL.
Yep.
Practice squad, Tyvis.
Yep.
You gotta love it. We're gonna try to get this thing done. We're gonna come up with some kind of contest, and maybe I could be the referee. And before that Cardale Jones celebrity softball tournament, we want to get Tyvis and DeVier having some fun competing out there.
You better ice up.
Just cleats,
ice up,
that's
son.
it. Just cleats, no pads.
Ice
just
up,
mano
son.
y mano.
That's all I'm gonna tell them. Ice up.
Although Common Man and I really wanted to provide you safety help over the top.
I don't need it.
I know.
Don't need it.
Maybe you do.
No, I don't.
Bodie, what would you play? You look like a corner. You look like you would play slot to corner.
Yeah. I don't want any part of this. I don't need some injury or anything. I'll just watch and enjoy it from the sidelines.
You never wanted to prove something?
Not against you or DeVier. I already know what. I already know the result of that.
See what I'm saying? He's defeated already. If 90% of it, Bodie, is mental. You got to listen.
The other half is physical.
No, it's 10% is physical.
Oh, okay.
I will tell you this: we had a little get together yesterday. We do this once a month where we just have a programming staff meeting. Nothing out of the ordinary. Cody, the Sweet Lou from upstairs heads the whole station. He'll say some things about the sales staff and just overall how we're doing as a radio station. Fish will provide updates from programming. Scotty will provide updates from promotions. We'll honor our Employee of the Month. Every 3 or 4 months it winds up being the Bodeman anyway. So we do a lot of honoring of him. It's like Bodie and Colin and we, I've won it once and we try to get one for Tyvis, but independent contractors
I can't
are X'd out of winning. So we can't get one for Ryan Baker right now. It's
unfair.
He's next. Yeah, we got guys to work on. But Bodie, recently just became full-time. He had been a staffer.
Tyvis.
Yeah, just as a month
Tyvis,
ago.
I wish you were the program director.
Are you serious? Bodie, you have been full-time this whole time?
That was correct. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, they're doing me, Tyvis.
Wow. So now he gets to work more hours for less money.
Yeah.
It's great. So they showed a picture of Bodie saying how, this was some news and that this had happened. I kid you not, it's hilarious. He looks like he's an official scout for Notre Dame. Yeah. It's a picture of him wearing head to toe, and he looks like tucked in and crisp, like he's wearing athletic gear.
What else would I be
He's
wearing?
at a game. But the way he has his arms folded and the way his hat's perfectly forward, he looks like he's a scout for the team.
It probably looks disgusting.
Yeah.
Get you some Buckeye gear, man. You know where you at?
I do.
You got to embrace it.
Everybody's made me well aware of that.
Just embrace it. You got to just lean into it.
The most important part was I leaned over to Timmy. I said, Timmy, that game right there, the Irish beat Nevada 39-10.
I saw that's good for you, Bodie. While I'm thinking of it, I thought I might put you on the spot.
Wait a minute. Where's this picture at?
I'll find it for you.
It was just on a slide.
Yeah, it was on a slide. I'll have to get it from Sweet Lou. Maybe I can give it to the people tomorrow, and we can have some fun with this. Let's look at Notre Dame 2022, shall we? They lost that game 21-10 to Ohio State on September 3rd. We know that.
Yep.
What about Saturday, October 8th? You guys were playing BYU. You were off to a 2-2 start. Remember that game?
I do, yeah. 28-20.
On the nose. Very next week, you stayed home. Was that BYU game? There's a little star by that.
Yeah, that was in Vegas.
It's in Vegas.
Yep.
There you go. Saturday, October 15th, you played Stanford at home.
I was at this game.
Oh.
Probably one of the more miserable games I've ever been to because it was just not very fun. And I believe we lost. Well, I know we lost. I believe the final score was 16-14. Yep.
Yes, it was. A couple weeks later, you went on the road and had a nice performance, probably against Dino Babers and the Syracuse Orange. They were number 16 in the country, Syracuse was.
Whipped them.
Saturday, October 29th.
41-24.
This is unhealthy.
I would 100% agree.
Back in 2020.
Oof. See, this season's tough because this
you had a 4-0 start.
Yep. Oh, we went 10-0 even, yeah.
Rip-roaring start. And Saturday, October 17th, you were home against Louisville.
12-7.
That's not even a act like that's
how many
usual score.
How many passing yards did Ian Book have?
Oh, this was like the craziest wind I think Notre Dame Stadium's ever had. We couldn't throw the ball at all. I don't know, but it was probably 120.
Under.
Yeah, it was
106.
It was an ugly day.
Yeah, 106. The crazy game against Clemson that year, Saturday, November 7th, number 1 Clemson was in town. How'd that one go?
I'm going to get this one wrong, I think.
Oh, my God.
I know. No. 47-40. Right? Yes. Okay.
Dang it. I'm over here praying on this down.
Double overtime.
Yes. Great win.
You know, he's basically Dustin Hoffman from Rain Man, but there's no disability there.
That can't be healthy.
Right.
Like, I'm a fan of the Buckeyes, but there's no way. I don't even remember the score to the Missouri game.
Nor should you.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I don't think you do.
The Missouri game? No.
14 to... No, it was worse than that. Like 21-10, maybe?
21-3.
21...
Buckeyes
scored 3?
We didn't score a touchdown that game.
No tutty?
Look it up. I
don't want to.
I feel like we didn't score a touchdown.
I don't know if they got past the 50 there for a while.
I'm curious because I really don't think we scored a touchdown.
You want a final guess?
17-3. 14-3.
Wait, what's the answer?
14-3.
Okay. There you go. 14-3, 14-3, 16-3, 17-3. Pick
21.
Pick one.
I knew we didn't score.
So this is cool. Tyvis, would you agree that Jesse Owens, not Jack Nicklaus, the GOAT?
Yes.
All-time greatest athlete in Ohio State history?
I mean,
would you say that, Bodie?
Under Tyvis.
Would you go Jesse over Jack?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say,
right?
Especially when you factor in circumstances and whatnot.
God, that's two good ones, right? For
that's probably about
non-football, as good as any athletic program, athletic department in the country could boast.
Stanford would have Tiger, right?
Stanford's got Tiger,
and then maybe like John Elway or Andrew Luck.
but if you leave football, you know what I'm saying? You leave the big sports, men's basketball and football out of it, and you could talk about one of the greatest track stars ever to live and the things that he did on sort of a geopolitical scale too, right?
Yeah.
And then you talk about Jack Nicklaus, the greatest to ever pick up sticks.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But this was cool. I just recently found out, as there should have been, Jesse Owens, he accomplished his rare feat at the 1935 Big Ten Track Championships when he set 4 world records in 45 minutes. That's incredible,
ridiculous.
Right? He did that when he was a collegiate athlete at Ohio State.
That's absurd.
So there had already been a plaque in Ann Arbor, which I find incredibly cool and right, too. It's correct. Like, there should be.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be anything about a Michigan-Ohio State rivalry. It's respecting greatness and everything that man went through as well.
World records
in 45 minutes.
Yes,
that's one of the great things that was ever done.
That is unbelievable.
By any athlete. Yeah.
You know how good of shape he was in to do something like that?
Well, he was one of the best athletes ever. So, yes, he was in great shape.
What was that? Do you know the events?
Yeah, I can get you the events here. But anyway, the story goes, and that was the Day of Days performance. He is going to receive a World Athletics Heritage plaque in Ann Arbor. It's going to, I believe it's going to replace a plaque that has already been there. So on May 25th, his family is going to be invited there and be honored with this plaque ceremony. So what it was, he was 21 years old. He did it in the 100 yards, 9.4. He jumped an 8.13 meters in his lone long jump attempt. World record, that was for 25 years. And he won the 220-yard event and the 220-yard low hurdles with times faster than the previous records for the 200-yard events. That's what's crazy. They added 20 yards onto those events, and he was faster than the 200-yard event times for the world record for those.
That's amazing.
It's really cool.
That's
really
amazing.
cool.
I wish I could have been there to see that, actually.
That would be a cool, you'd talk about going back in time.
Yeah, I would.
Being able to see something.
I would be like, wow. My jaw would be on the floor.
Although 1935.
Not good times.
Not.
Especially for me.
Was kind of part of Jesse Owens' story, Not always the greatest.
You know what? To see that.
But yes,
I deal with it. I deal with it.
Yeah, unbelievable, right? All right, the very best with the Bucks on the social fronts, plus a big Buckeye contingent heading to the Sunshine State. Ah, beautiful. Colorado, right? We'll tell you why as we look at the hashtags. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
The meatloaf!
The Fan.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Extreme Limo is proud to be Central Ohio's first choice for luxury transportation. Serving our community since 2006, Extreme Limo has a full range of luxury cars, limos, and party buses for every occasion. And now offering you the new officially licensed Ohio State bus. You can travel in scarlet and gray style to your next game, wedding, or special event. Celebrate life and stretch the limit. Call Extreme Limo at 614-483-3300 to book today or visit extremelimo.com. That's XTREME limo.com.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
If you're obsessed with fantasy sports and gambling things, we have the slightly above average radio show for you. On the Money with Diebler and Scotty Vegas.
Presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Sunday morning at 9 on The Fan.
When you have to stop but don't really want to, stop at BP. Because BP has everything you need to keep it going. Fuel to keep the adventures going. The BP Me app to keep the savings and the commutes going. Snacks and drinks to keep the crew going. And the BP Me Rewards Visa to keep the rewards going and going and going. A stop at BP isn't a stop at all. Keep it going.
Good evening, this is your captain speaking. Our GPS flight tracker is on the fritz tonight, so we will be flying blind.
Here in Ohio, if you qualify for a medical cannabis card but still buy recreational cannabis, you're also flying blind, missing out on benefits and tax savings. Find your way to Veriheal.com to see if you pre-qualify for your medical cannabis card in less than 5 minutes. Veriheal. Veriheal.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now, but I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TRUNK for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TRUNK for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TRUNK.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. Trust the pros at The Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com today to get started.
All right, so I don't know why. Well, I mean, it is the season. That's why. When you look at the calendar and where we are in the cycle, I was seeing a lot of Buckeye football recruiting notes on social today, Tyvis. And the first thing that I mentioned back there, and this is where you would, we want to get Bodie, not in the Notre Dame gear, but just get him set up looking like an Ohio State scout with the ball cap on, get him a nice polo shirt tucked into the athletic pants, nice Ohio State tennis shoes there, have him go out there. And he's pretty cut too, so you want to look like an athletic guy. You want him to extend the hand, good firm handshake. Hey, how we doing, son? How you doing, young man? Like Bodie Wells, Ohio State football. Just checking in, making sure that, keeping our relationships up and good. Love the way you look out here. Just remember, we can get you out here for a visit. I know you're committed to Kentucky and all that, but we sure would love to see you out here. We got some good things going on.
Is that who we're recruiting?
Carlos
the kids who are committed to Kentucky?
I know, it sounds strange, right?
Let's go for Alabama or Georgia.
I'm just spitballing here, all right? I'm ad-libbing. Give me a break. Cut me some slack. But anyway, Bill Kurlick, I was following him on the socials, so the Bucknuts account at Bucknuts 24/7 or just at Bill_Kurlick, the dean of Buckeye football recruiting. He was saying that a lot of Buckeye coaches are heading for the IMG Showcase, which is a big deal down in Florida, in the Sunshine State. So they're going to be doing some recruiting work down there. And Carnell Tate, IMG guy.
Isn't CJ Hicks from there too?
Does that ring a bell? CJ Hicks?
I thought CJ Hicks was from Ohio.
I thought he's from Ohio as well.
CJ Hicks, the linebacker from Ohio? I did not know that. I always thought that kid was from IMG for some odd reason.
Let me see. Well, I mean, he could be from Ohio. No, he's an Alter guy. Alter. That's it. Dayton.
I thought wow.
Yeah, where are you coming up with that from?
I don't know. For some odd reason, I always thought that kid was from IMG.
Didn't Carnell Tate grab a touchdown catch against Bishop Sycamore?
Yes, he did.
That's great.
Yes, he did.
Did you guys watch that doc?
That's what Ohio State knew. That he could play at Ohio State. Like, man, they're lighting up this Bishop Sycamore.
Going up against grown men.
Right? Yeah.
Just against grown men.
These Bishop Sycamore guys, these are dudes.
That one dude looks like he's 45.
He's scoring on them?
Maybe me and DeVier should go out there and see to try to find us a Bishop Sycamore.
Little did we know that Bishop Sycamore, the poor guys that had to play 6 games in the last 7 days. That's what they did to them. But, yeah, recruiting's on the mind. Also, Bill was talking about how this is where I got that from, a Kentucky running back commit, Isaiah West, top 100 guy, class of 2025. He's a hard commit to the Wildcats, but he's going to make his first official to Ohio State on Friday.
Where is he from?
So he's clearly taking the visits.
You know where he's from?
Yeah, he is a St. Joe's prep, Philadelphia. So we got some history there. With Marvin and Kyle McCord.
Yeah, I like our chance. They do a good job of flipping. Didn't we lose Chip Trainum to Kentucky? Didn't he go to Kentucky?
Yes, that does sound.
They're trying to sound right. They get back.
Trying to get back.
Yeah, the score.
Yeah,
you took one of ours for taking your recruits.
Yes, that is absolutely what they're doing. You looking at anything over there, Tyvis? I know you're in on the Cavs game, Cavs and Celtics tonight.
Yeah, no, I was on Twitter and I was on IG and I seen this post talking about, it's from Max Chadwick of PFF College Football Show.
Oh, yeah.
He's talking about Emeka Egbuka. He said he's going to remind a lot of people why we were so high on him entering last season.
Yes, he will.
And I do believe that he will have a monster season. I think that, what do you see, 1,000 yards from breaking the record?
We have made that well known here on the Buckeye Show.
I think it's
a click higher than that, but I think it's under 1,100.
It's like 1,031 or something like that.
It's very doable. I said 1,000 for Quinshawn and Travion yesterday. Emeka Egbuka going to become the all-time leading receiver at Ohio State.
I think he will be, because I think a lot of people don't realize how athletic Emeka is. He is really good at wide receiver, and he will be a first-round pick after this season is over. I know he wants to stay healthy this year. If he would have been healthy last year, things would have ended a lot better for the Buckeyes, but I think that kid is going to be very special this season.
Let's finish with a voicemail, all right? One from the Buckeye Show voicemail. 614-460-2896. Anything you want to leave us, just do it right here. Tyvis, this had been a theme where throughout the years, there was a thing with me that I was too much of a lover of the Holt man.
Mm-hmm.
So here is another clip of, I think we had, this guy must have called back because the first time the phone was cutting in and out too much, but I could get the gist of what he was saying and I responded. But here's Jared.
Tim Hall, this is Jared. Everyone out there, remember to use your name. That's one of the main things. Tim, just wanted to check in and see if you were willing yet to comment or admit you were wrong about the Hope man. Okay, he lost to a 15 seed as a 2 seed, and how many championships did he win in his tenure at Ohio State? He won none. I'll be listening.
All right, now, as I hear that, I'm wondering if we actually played that, because I took the trip, and I don't know. Bodie, did we play that one on the show already?
I don't remember playing that one specifically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, like I said, you know where I'm at with that. As we got into the final 2 years, we needed to see something get done, and it didn't get done, and we got where we got, and rightfully so. Yeah. I will admit I was standing behind him maybe a little bit longer than the rest of you. I will admit that it did not work out. Didn't work out in the end.
It's unfortunate, but he's at where now?
He's at DePaul.
He'll be fine.
Where can the folks find the Buckeye Show podcast if they missed anything, Tyvis?
Anywhere that they get their podcast, it will be updated 5 minutes after the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Tyvis.
Thank you.
Coming up next, a little thing called You'll See on The Fan.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
This is the absolute worst time of the year to be dealing with joint pain. You can't do the stuff outdoors you love, the stuff you want to do, the hiking, the running, the playing on the beach. It's being around friends and family. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. If you're tired of achy joints, you need to call my friends over at QC Kinetics before you agree to any risky surgeries or steroids or harmful medications. That's what tens of thousands of real-life patients around the country did, just like me with my knee. My dad did with his knee. Some of our friends and family who have done it with knees and shoulders and a variety of joints. They're out walking around now, enjoying the time outside. Or you could be like a guy like Chad, who wants to live life to the fullest, but his knees have been bothering him. He's been on pain meds forever. He went to crutches on his high school reunion, but that was before he found QC Kinetics, and now he's bouncing around like the pain is gone. And QC Kinetics has a national director in Dr. Mitchell Sheencup, who's been doing this for over 20 years. So go check him out at 614-208-4544. That's 614-208-4544.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Did the pandemic eliminate quality customer service? Well, many places it did, but not here at Heartland Bank. Imagine getting top quality service and good advice as well to help you down life's road. It's community banking, and it's alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.